All right, welcome back to the Daily Mastermind. George Wright III here with your Monday morning edition of the Mastermind. If this is the first time that you're listening, make sure you hit like and subscribe so that you don't miss any episodes. This week we've got a full week of 5 episodes, and so I'm excited to be able to share some things with you. So let me start you out with the quote of the day. It's by Richard Nixon, and it's, "A man is not finished until he's defeated. He's finished when he quits." That's such a great statement that you know that you never do lose, you never do fail unless you quit. So today I want to talk to you about solutions in your life and finding and creating solutions in your life. And we can't talk about solutions unless we talk about the problem. And some of you may or may not want to hear this, but I believe that your real problem that you may be facing is just your perception of the problem. And I'm going to explain to you a little bit about what I mean by that. But your perception of the problem is really going to be the roadblock that a lot of us are getting stuck on. It's keeping us from creating solutions in our life. And you've got to become aware that it's not the problem itself in your life that most of the time is becoming the struggle. It's the meaning that you attach to the problem. Now, do I mean that, we don't have real problems? No, of course not. But what I'm saying is in order to progress and move forward in your life and create solutions and continue to move past your problems, you have to recognize that your perception affects that. So step back for a minute and just realize that the meaning that you're attaching to situations is absolutely going to dictate what your mind is going to focus on, whether it's going to be productive, whether it's going to be able to move forward, whether it's going to get stuck. Your perception is key. So as we talk about your perception, what influences that? Well, your view of success and failure influences that. A key point to understand is that how you view success and how you view failure are going to determine your perception of any situation. Because success, versus failure is really an important concept, because if you grew up focusing on success and thinking that failure is bad, even if at a subconscious level, you're 100% wrong. You need to realize that failure and see failure is something that actually takes you closer to success. When you begin to perceive failure as a stepping stone towards success, that's when you're going to stop getting caught up by failure or looking bad or having all these negative thoughts that come into your mind. And so learning to view failure in a positive way like you do success, that's a key to creating and acting and moving forward with your best life and your best self. The next thing I wanted to kind of mention to you is that you've got to learn to perceive problems as a good thing. Not just failure, but problems themselves. They can be a good thing because, and listen, I know you're thinking problems can't be good, but let me explain to you why they can be. If we didn't have problems, we wouldn't have circumstances that we would have to overcome and grow. And it's the obstacles and trials that help us to grow. It's sort of like working out. If you don't lift heavy weights, if you don't stress your muscles, you'll never grow. And it's that stress and the resulting recovery that is necessary for you to grow and to go to the next level. See, unsuccessful people want their problems to be smaller, while successful people want to become bigger than their problems. So what do you want in your life? Do you want more problems so that you can become stronger and overcome more and more and develop that best version of yourself and the best life that you could live? Or are you just looking for the success without problems? Something for you to think about. And as I've mentioned many times on this podcast, one of my favorite authors is Wayne Dyer. And he always says that simple thought: when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And I know that as we go through life, and you'll be able to look back on that tapestry of your life, as he calls it, and your perception will change. In the moment, in the problem, in the situation, it seems pretty overwhelming. But as time goes by, you make it through it. As time goes by, you learn and grow and develop. And so when you look back on the tapestry of your life, you recognize that your perception at the time and their perception now in the future, it's just a change of perception. It's all how you see the events in your life. So in order to progress, in order to get a better mindset, you have to start from solution. I talk about this all the time. One of my mentors, Jason Brown, told me that he likes to start conversations from solution, and I've adopted that ever since I've seen him or heard him say that. He always says, I don't want to deal with the problem. I want to start from a solution. And I think that's a great step and a great strategy for you to think about. Now, I know it's hard to start from solutions in the moment. We all get caught up, but understand the principle behind it. When you are focused on the problem, you are in a scarcity mindset. when you're trying to deal with communication problems or problems in business or a flat tire or, whatever it is, from the littlest to the biggest thing in your life, when you're focused on the problem, you're in a scarcity mindset and it's tough to come up with the best solutions. When you're focused on only finding solutions, believe me, there'll be plenty of time to go back and analyze the problem. But when you're focused on solutions, you're in an abundant mindset. You're trying to find solutions to come out of it, not ways to overcome the problem. And so the key is to start from solution. And then what you have to do is you have to move into the mode where you train your mind. How do you train your mind to be able to perceive things in a certain way and lead to solutions? Well, have you heard of the concept of neuroplasticity? Most people think that as you get older and more, the older you get, the more difficult it is to change or create habits. But science has proven that this is wrong. Science has proven that neuroplasticity means that the pathways in your brain are hardwired based on repetition, frequency, and consistency. So no matter what your age, no matter what you're doing, no matter what you're going through, if you start to train your mind to catch yourself and start being proactive by starting from solution, the more often, the more frequent, the more consistently you do that, the more you're going to wire new patterns in your mind. And the way you're going to start to train your mind to focus on success, to train your mind to focus on solutions. So start focusing on solutions. And another thing is motivate yourself by focusing on your goal. When you start to find yourself slipping into a problem or getting caught in things, start thinking about your goal, because the number one way to focus on solutions and positivity is to clearly see your goal ahead of you. When you have goals and dreams and affirmations and create clarity around that, as problems come up, your dreams will be bigger than the obstacles in front of you. See, when your dreams are so small that the obstacles appear too big, it's really difficult for you to move forward. If the dream is big enough, if your dream and your clarity of your goal is big enough, the details won't matter. The problems won't matter. You'll learn to overcome them because you will work towards your goals. So I want to have you do something for me this week. I want you to find something in your life that you're struggling with. Maybe it's an obstacle, maybe it's a challenge, maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's something that you've had come back up over and over and over again. And I want you to sit down with a piece of paper and I want you to just stop, clear that problem out of your mind, and I just want you to write 10 possible solutions to the problem. And if you're having trouble finding 10 solutions, then you are too focused on the problem. Think out of the box. Think creatively. Think just get out of the box and try to come up with any idea, whether you think it'll work or not, and see what happens. See what happens with your mind. See how creative that you start to get. See how more positive and motivated you get towards finding solutions. And I promise you that when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So let's talk today and this week and throughout the week about this principle of starting from solutions and focusing on solutions. And that's one of our key prosperity pillars, remember? So do that throughout the week. Don't focus on the problems, focus on the solutions, and see where that takes your mind. And with that thought, I want to ask you to do me a favor. I want you to share this episode with at least one person. If you got any value at all, if you didn't, I don't know why you're listening. If you got any value at all, I want you to share this episode, because I think that there are people out there that just need to hear things in a different way, and maybe this is the time. So with that said, I appreciate you being with me. I hope you have an amazing week. I look forward to talking with you more tomorrow. And remember, it's never too late to start living the life that you were meant to live. You just have to start making those key changes. My name is George Wright III, and this has been the Daily Mastermind. Have a great day.